Okay, let's start. So we started the unit by listening to Naomi Shihab Nye read her poem. We'll listen to her again, and then I'll turn the mic over to Sage. So let's be on our best listening behavior. Now, if teachers come and trickle in, don't mind. They will be seated. They'll just sit down. Okay, let's start.
Kindness, written and read by Naomi Shihab Nye.
Before you know what kindness really is, you must lose things. Feel the future dissolve in a moment, like salt in a weakened broth. What you held in your hand, what you counted and carefully saved, all this must go, so you know how desolate the landscape can be between the regions of kindness. How you ride and ride, thinking the bus will never stop. The passengers eating maize and chicken will stare out the window forever. Before you learn the tender gravity of kindness, you must travel where the Indian in a white poncho lies dead by the side of the road. You must see how this could be you, how he too was someone who journeyed through the night with plans and a simple breath that kept him alive. Before you know kindness as the deepest thing inside, you must know sorrow as the other deepest thing. You must wake up with sorrow. You must speak to it till your voice catches the thread of all sorrows and you see the size of the cloth. Then it is only kindness that makes sense anymore. Only kindness that ties your shoes and sends you out into the day to gaze at bread. Only kindness that raises its head from the crowd of the world to say, "It is I you have been looking for," and then goes with you everywhere, like a shadow or a friend.
Should I play background music? Okay, wait. Piano. Sometimes. Sorry. Okay, Poetry Fest officially starts. Hello. Hello, the title of my first poem is titled Hour of the Morning Star, and what inspired me to do this is friendship and its importance. Okay. A sun breaks thy morning sun, the sunrise sleep spilling over thee. The moonside completely outdone, you are more than just a sun. Although a dim sphere in the sky is all we can see, thy eternal beauty shall not concede, for the beauty of thy friendship flows like the Red Sea. Thy beauty lasts a full night and a day. When I'm with you, your beauty leads me astray, and forever as my friend you shall stay. Your beauty to me is not afar in the hour of the morning star. My poem is titled The Observer. More often than not, it's better to watch, even if it hurts to just observe. To watch luminous stars drifting in the deep blue night sky. To watch brilliant sea waves crash into the sand like reuniting lovers. To watch delicate flowers gracefully sway to the wind's melody. Or to watch yourself lose time and the people you cherish most. What inspired me to write this poem is past experiences I've had with friends that I've lost and time that I've lost as well, that I could have spent with them. So, writing this poem is telling others to just watch them go by instead of hurting yourself, to reach out to them again.
Hello. The title of my poem is called To the Love of My Life. I didn't believe in love at first sight until I met you. I'll follow you wherever you go. Even if I walk in the valley of the shadow of death, I'll never give you up. You are my fire. You give life meaning. You give me a purpose. You are my sunshine. You make life worth living. My friends think you're gross, but they don't understand. You're unique, one of a kind. You're the best thing in my life, and I'm lucky to even have you. When I first saw it, I felt it, that powerful feeling that you only get for one thing. I knew you were the one for me. Sadly, it's time to say goodbye. Just know that, even though not everyone likes you, I'll always love you. For everything. I love your flaws, just as much as I love everything else about you. Goodbye, Pickle.
Were you surprised by his ending? Matthew, you need to put it back in the packaging. In the plastic. And then wash your hands. He just talked about his love for it. Erin. Let's have Erin go.
What inspired me to write this poem is growing up. The title of my poem is Looking Back, Living Now. When I was younger, growing up felt like a dream, but I've learned it's not as it seems. They told me it was filled with excitement and fun, but I've learned it's not how they said it was. I miss the past. Day by day, I wish to go back to when life was fun and I didn't feel like no one. Reading bedtime stories and playing with my buddies. Now it's stress with my studies and so much worries. But I've learned not to worry about the past, and I can make better memories that would last. Live in the present and cherish every second spent.
Wee! The thing that inspired me is LeBron James. The title of my poem is called The First Glance. From the time I first saw you till a million years from now, I will always love you. My first glance will never be replaced. The feeling I got will always be chased, and the journey will always be a dance. Even through the highs and lows and the ups and downs, I will cherish that moment every day. That moment will always bring me joy, and I shall remember each and every moment that arrives. I'll put you ahead of anything and everything. From A to E and E to Z, nothing can beat you, and that's the key. I adore you forever. Real Madrid.
My turn. Alright, I didn't write this poem. My son wrote this poem for the Poetry Fest way back in 2010. He did. Autumn day. The old veteran sits on the same bench like every other day, his old wizened face taking in everything, but giving away nothing on this autumn day. He can feel the cold in his bones, knowing that he was dying. His life would end. I knew it too, on this autumn day. The trees are golden, orange and yellow, birds vibrant and alive, before the death throes of winter, on this autumn day. He sees the first time he met her, dancing into the night, flying, the day he gave her his heart. Remembered how a stray lock of her hair went to her face when she worked on the roses, on this autumn day. Remembered the fatal day of the car crash. She died, taking his heart with her. Blamed me for stealing her, but it was her time. Love is short, forgetting long, on this autumn day. He fell, the birds silenced, the world silent. His breath labored, his silver eyes rusting. Then, nothing, on this autumn day. His soul stood up straight, met me. I'm ready, he says. He lays in my arms and rests. As the first snowflake falls in its loneliness, on this winter day. Next we have Tia. Don't forget, tell us what inspired you to write the poem.
The title of my poem is Meeting You. What inspired me are my friends. Like a bird finally leaving the nest, I finally felt free. My world black and white, but you turned it colorful. Our moments made, the clouds part, birds sing, and the flowers bloom, leaving a smile on my face every time. I'm thankful that I met you. I'm thankful for everything you've done for me, and I'm thankful that I know you.
So my poem is about my dog. Why is it hard to say goodbye? You were my first friend, even when it didn't count. You've always been there when I cried, even when you couldn't. You were always there in my dark times, paw in hand. I thought you'd live forever. I never thought we would have to say goodbye. I never thought that it would be that hard. As the day came and I lost you slowly, I realized how hard it was. But why did it have to be? I never thought it would be possible to lose you, but now I look back at your pictures in tears.
The title of my poem is Waltz Through Time. And it's kind of like a story split into two poems, so. Okay. Gusts of wind blow, scatter the pages. As they say, out of sight, out of mind. Violence and neglected, countless schedule changes. 1 month passes, I can no longer rewind. Time vanishes quick as light. Talent isn't enough, my practice is endless. Each and every day, each and every night. 5 months turn into 5 seconds. I make my way, the applause beckons. Vibrations ring in my ears, the notes are assembling. Entire rows are filled to the brim. I wait, my hands trembling. A shiver travels down my spine. I take a deep breath. It's time. So part 2 is called The Downfall. I gave you 5 years, my childhood filled with Barbies and beret. Delightful grins concealed blood, sweat, and tears. Overexertion all led up to that day. No one knew except for you. Realizing far too late resulted in practice incomplete. Every mistake made was on me. Go on, that's what they all said. Retreating was easier, a part of me now dead. Emotions took over and I quit, discontinued. Turns out losing time suddenly made me lose you.
Hello.
Go bed. Take your time.
Hello. I'm just checking into my books. Okay. My poem is about sports, and the person who inspired me is Robel. Okay. Do sports. A letter of appreciation. Sports is the best for many reasons. Sports is so fun. Whether it's basketball, football, or tennis, it's always going to be a joy to play sports and never something you regret. I love sports, going to the court, and my shots are never short. Sports are cool, just follow the rule and play like Jordan Poole. Games with friends are not competitive. They're small games. No player like LeBron James. Don't worry if you lose. Losing is not something you should refuse. Learning from losing is an advantage. Every loss is a loss you can manage. Winning is no chore. It's as hard as fighting a war, and muscles turn sore, but it's never a bore. But friend, basketball games come to an end, just like an internet trend. Don't worry, there's always tomorrow where a new game starts and another chance to win. Sports give you a chance every day. Sports is the best.
Okay. So, I wrote my poem about the pandemic, but I also wanted to write something with a message. The title of my poem is A World in Harmony. A time where the world stopped. We all paused, and everyone lost something, or someone. From the epicenter, spreading by land, by water, and by air, there were no exceptions. No one was spared. But what if, instead of virus, we spread unity in spite of differences, agreeing to disagree? We don't need to be identical to have the same goals. A world with respect for each other would emerge. Kindness and trust. Dignity from a society enveloped with feelings of safety and security. A world that honors quality connections over quantitative ones. Understanding and empathy. A deeper knowing of another's inner weather is to see with one's heart. A world in complete harmony, but is still only a fantasy. Okay, the inspiration for my poem is about when I moved from my house that I lived in since I was like a baby. And the title of my poem is Memories in My Heart. The day we moved in was a time where I was far too young. But my time in that house felt like a summer day full of fun. From baby to toddler, I spent my days playing around. That house was calm, and it made me feel safe and sound. It was the only home I ever knew, and it stayed the same as I grew. From toddler to kid, I experienced all my firsts. First steps taken, first day of school, even after meeting Mickey Mouse, I always came back to that house. That place is full of memories, ones I will always carry with me. From kid to tween, the pandemic came. Lots of things were lost, and it was such a shame. But something that protected me the entire time was this house that continued to shine. When the day came where it was time to leave, I started seeing how hard it would be. All my life, I've wanted to move, but now it felt like I was leaving a part of me too. Yet now I realized something new. It wasn't the house or the rooms that made me sad, but the memories that came from it. Then I was glad. Because after I left, I kept them in my heart. And the memory of that house continues to spark.
So, something that
So I got inspired to write this poem is a horse named Peppermint. She had died a month and 3 days ago. I was really sad, so I decided to write this acrostic poem about her. It's spelling her name downwards. Okay. It's also named White Horse. Perfect as you can be, everything I have dreamed. Peaceful as the sea I have seen, purest as one can be. Everlasting memories to stick with me, reliable at all times in need. Moments shared with me, treasures with me. I come back to you in my dreams, nicest as one can be, taught a whole bunch to me.
Oh, it's good, bro. So my inspiration is Manchester United. Probably don't know that it's a football team, by the way. Okay. Okay. Manchester United. Glory, glory, Man United. The Reds go on and on. The best players kick left and right. Ronaldo, Beckham, and Charlton never fail to keep up a fight. With the Reds on our side and the Blues opposing side, we continue winning cups from 2005. We got a lot of hatred, and that's what made us motivated. We signed players here and there, so I started loving the team more with flair. My love for Man United is stronger than ever. Our team is a team that stays together. My love for Man United is from the moon and back. It will never change, and that's a fact. Glory, glory, Man United, the Reds go on and on.
So the inspiration for my poem, it's about a very good friend of mine. And my poem is titled, It Is True. My heart aches whenever I think of you. You are the person I miss even the second you're gone. You will never know it, but it is true. Very, very true. I'm longing for the laughs I have when we're together. It makes me so joyful. My heart bursts out of my chest. You will never know it, but it is true. Very, very true. The gap between the times we meet may seem so short, but to me, it feels like an eternity. You will never know it, but it is true. Very, very true. Time flies so fast when we're together. Hours feel like milliseconds, quickly passing before we must separate. You will never know it, but it is true. Very, very true. I really have no clues in my head whether or not you feel the same way about me. Despite this, I will never stop trying to connect with you. You will never know it, but it is true. Very, very true. I will never tell you how I feel because I am scared. Because what if the time comes that you don't quite feel the same? You will never know it, but it is true. Very, very true. Perhaps one day you will find out the truth, but I'm really not sure. Actually, I hope that you will know it, because it is true. Very, very true.
So the name of my poem is To My Superhero. I wrote this because I want to tell my mom how much she means to me. To my superhero, who has been with me my whole life, who has taken care of me my whole life, who has loved me my whole life, who has been my best friend my whole life, who I care so much about, and who has been with me through good and bad times, and who has stayed on my side for my whole life and always will. Someone that I don't want to lose. To my super mom.
inspiration from her poem was one of the most nervous experiences I've ever had. The title of my poem is Unforgettable Melody. As I walk up the stage, my heart thumping as loud as Hulk, screaming till dawn, the audience cheers while they call my name. My legs start to shiver, and my mind goes blank. Walking to the middle of the stage, I can hear the tippity-tappity sound my black boots make as they clop on the wooden floorboards. Sitting down on a bench, I remember the melodic memory with a vision of black and white. With my heart thumping loudly as a drum, my fingers delicately stroking the keys, I am swept away by the angelic harmony of Piagzonka's masterpiece. At last, as the song plays its final note, the crowd applauds. I can hear the claps, the cheers, and maybe even the jeers. But all I know is that all is done. Thanks.
Okay. So, my poem is inspired by my experience with self-reflection. So, the mirror. Today I decided to stare in the mirror. I wonder why I hadn't before. I stare at myself, I see a girl with brown eyes, dark hair. I stare at myself, looking deeper, I see a maze filled with obstacles and challenges. I stare at myself, I see a girl who covered up her misery with laughters and jokes. I stare at myself again as I remember all those times I sought acceptance, all those times I've caused someone pain, all my regrets, and all the times I failed myself and everyone around me. Suddenly the reflection turned unpleasant and so unfortunate. The mirror shattered with a sudden sharp crack, spider webs across its surface. The once clear reflection shattered into countless fragments, broken pieces scattered all over the floor. I needed to get rid of that mirror. Unpleasant thoughts spiraled in my head as I struggled to collect what was left. All those broken pieces, each one of them taunting and haunting me. I closed my eyes for a few minutes trying to process what had just happened, thoughts, emotions swirling around. I opened my eyes. Suddenly I was somewhere new, no scars, nothing, yet I was older. Now I know I'll be okay. It may take time, but I have hope. I blinked and I was back. Back to normal. I vowed to never stare at that mirror for too long. Maybe I'll look at it again, one day, in the future, but not anytime soon.
I have one haiku and two poem, but the first haiku is about my incident last year, about regrets. Late spring in the gym. I hear basketball shoes scream. I break down in tears. The second poem is also about basketball, and I wrote I was inspired by basketball, the joy of playing basketball. Dribble, pass, shoot. Dribble, pass, shoot. Every moment is intense. As my hand clutches the ball, I drive into the front lines and no one could stop me. The pleasure of deceiving the defense, like the wolf, and getting an assist. Making a shot at last, the bomb make a swoosh. Teammates shout, the crowds erupt. Dribble, pass, shoot. Every moment is intense.
Hello. Hello. Okay, so my second poem is My Heart Is in You. The thing that inspired me to do this is football, because it's my favorite thing to do, and I want to make my life football. As the soles of my feet touch the soft grass, I feel joy. The crowds roaring with their beautiful chants, confident and proud. The odds of winning and losing are thin as glass. But I'm confident I will make the big stages one day, and that day is soon. For football, my heart is complete with you. My passion for you is unbound, transcending dimensions. It will never end. Don't worry, football. Even after I die, I will still play. I will forever. I am forever made to play football and will always be. My heart is in you. It always was. It will always be. So football, bring me into your biggest stages. Bring me from home turf to Madrid, and then take me to another world. To forever play football with all my heart. I'm never gonna give you up, as our heart is in you.
And the driver in the red pickup truck to let us pass.
So, to end Poetry Fest, I started with a poem read out loud by I came across this the other night and I thought to share it with you. It's the actress Hartford. And she reads a poem just like you did about this time ago.
I've been thinking about the way when you walk down a crowded aisle, people you shall know. I've been thinking about the way when you walk down a crowded aisle, people pull in their legs to let you by. Or how strangers still say, bless you, when someone sneezes. A leftover from the people they play. Don't die, we are saying. And sometimes, when you spill lemons from a grocery bag, someone else will help you pick them up. Mostly, we don't want to harm each other. We want to be handed our cup of coffee hot, and to say thank you to the person handing it, to smile at them, and for them, to smile back. For the waitress to call us funny when she sets down the bowl of clam chowder, and for the driver in the red pickup truck to let us pass. We have so little of each other now, so far from cry and fire. Only these brief moments of exchange. What if They are the true dwelling of the holy. These fleeting temples were made